कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुनतीरवनचारी यमुनतीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा वल्लभ राधा वल्लभ राधे। जय राधा वल्लभ राधा वल्लभ राधे। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगामाई की, यमुनामाई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी देवी की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की। All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 5, entitled The Demigods Appeal to the Lord. Text number 21. Aham bhavo yuyamaho suradayo manushyatiryagrumagharma jatayo यस्यावतारां शकला विसर्जिता Vrajama sarve sharanam tamavyayam. Aham bhavo yuyamatho suradayo. Manushyatiryagdrumagharma jataya. Yasyavataram shakala visarjita. Vrajama sarve sharanam tamavyayam. Aham bhavo yuyamatho suradayo. Manushyatiryagdrumagharma jataya. Yasyavataram shakala visarjita. Vrajama sarve sharanam tamavyayam. Aham bhavo yuyamaho suradayo. Manushyatiryagdrumagharma jataya. Yasyavataram shakala visarjita. Vrajama sarve sharanam tamavyayam. Aham bhavo yuyamaho suradayo. Kala visarjita. Vrajama sarve sharanam tamavyay. Matajis. Aham bhavo yuyamaho turadaya. Manushyatiryag. Yasyavataram shakala visarjita. Vrajama sarve sharanam tamavyayam. Aham, I, Bhavaha, Lord Shiva, Yuyam, all of you demigods, Atho, as well as Asuradayaha, demons and others, Manushya, the human beings, Tiryag, the animals, Druma, the trees and plants, Gharma Jatayaha, as well as the insects and germs, born of perspiration, Yasya, of whom, Avatara, of the Purusha incarnation, Amsha, of his part and parcel, the Gunavatara Brahma, Kala, of Brahma's sons, Visarjitaha, produced by generation, Vrajama, we shall go, Sarve, all of us, Sharanam, unto shelter, Tam, unto the Supreme, Avyayam, the inexhaustible. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Lord Brahma said, I, Lord Shiva, all of you demigods, the demons, the living entities born of perspiration, the living beings born of eggs, the trees and plants sprouting from the earth, and the living entities born from embryos, all come from the Supreme Lord. From His incarnation of Rajogun, Lord Brahma, the Gunavatar, and from the great sages, rishis, who are part of me. Let us therefore go to the Supreme Lord and take shelter of His lotus feet. Purport. Some creatures are born from embryos, some from perspiration, and some from seeds. In this way, all living entities emanate from the Gunavatara of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimately, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the shelter of all living entities. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Gnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all the devotees who assembled for this morning's Bhagavatam. Today we are discussing from the shloka spoken by Brahma, where he says, Aham bhavo yuyam aho suradayo. Aham, me. Bhavo, Lord Shiva. Then yuyam, all of you, devatas. Suradayaha, all great devatas. Not only that, manushya tiryak druma gharma jatayoho. Manushya means human beings, tiryak, animals, then druma, plants and trees, gharma jataiha, insects and all kinds of other creatures. All these personalities, all these living entities, all these species appeared from the Supreme Lord. Yasyavataramsha kala visrishta. Very interesting. They appeared, in the first two lines, different species are mentioned. They appeared from Kalavatara. They appeared from Yasya Avataramsha. The Lord has multiple types of avatars. Who are they? Purushavataras, Gunavataras, Leelavataras, Manvantaravataras, Yugavatars, Shaktavishavatars. Of the 6 categories of incarnations, one is the Gunavatara category. The Sattva-guna avatar is Lord Vishnu, and Rajoguna avatar is Lord Brahma, and Tamoguna avatar is Lord Shiva. Not that these avatars are in those gunas, they are in charges of those gunas. So Brahma is the avatar of Rajogun, and Rajogun is known for creation. So through Rajogun we create, and Sattvagun is required for maintenance, and Tamogun is needed for destruction. So here Brahma is talking about creation of different living beings. For that, who is employed, who is appointed? Rajogun avatar Brahma is appointed. So Brahma is saying that the Supreme Lord Krishna is the creator of this universe, and through me, a Gunavatara, Brahma, he creates different species in this universe. So the primary creator of this universe is the Supreme Lord, and the secondary creator is Brahma. So primary creator means one who is the origin of everything. And secondary creator means when all the souls that appeared from the Lord, that are the amshas of the Lord, need some bodies, the secondary creator creates those bodies. So Brahma has created various species. In the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, in the 10th chapter, we see Brahma's creation. There are 10 types of creation. Of that, the initial 6 types of creation of Ahankara, creation of the universe, creation of the Mahatattva, creation of senses and all the ingredients for universe formation, like earth, water, fire, air, ether, all these things are done by the Supreme Lord in the form of Mahavishnu. But once the universe is formed, Brahma takes charge and he creates various living entities. When it is said that he creates various living entities, he creates the bodies of the species. Not that he is the origin of all the jivas. He creates the bodies of the jivas. And the bodies are of multiple shapes, as Brahma says. Suradayo, Manushya, Tiryak, Druma, Gharma, Jatayah. Different types of species. They are categorized in 3 ways. 1, those species that have horizontal nourishment. Horizontal nourishment means 4-legged animals. They eat from mouth and the nourishment goes horizontally like this. And the other 2 categories have vertical nourishment. One is trees. They eat from roots. Trees are called padapa, means they are fed through the roots. So they drink water from their feet or from their roots and the nourishment will go upward. You will see all the growth of the tree, all the branches and twigs and leaves and flowers and fruits you see upwards. And Manushya, they are also vertical nourishment, but it's not bottom to top, it is top to bottom. Mouth is there on the top and the nourishment goes down, right? So these are the 3 types of living entities that Brahma creates. Horizontal nourishment, bottom to top nourishment, top to bottom nourishment. So you can fit all the 84 lakh species into these 3 categories primarily. So Brahma creates such people. That's what he said in the 2nd line. Manushya tiryak dharma gharma jatayoho. So all the Brahma is creating, it is the Lord. Lord Vishnu is creating. That's what he says. He claims, Yasyavataram shakala visarjita. So Amshavatara or Gunavatara here is Brahma. So Brahma is creating all the species. And Brahma creates Prajapatis, Manus and sages who are considered the expansions of Brahma. They are considered Kala. Kala means secondary expansion of an expansion. So some species are created by Brahma directly. Some species are created by those creatures created by Brahma. Just like Brahma creates Daksha. And Daksha gives birth to so many species. And Kashyapa Muni. This is getting too humble. So Kashyapa Muni, he had 17 wives, especially in the 6th Manvantara. Through his multiple wives, he created so many species of living entities. Diti gives birth to so many Daityas. Aditi gives birth to so many Devatas. And many other wives of Kashyapa Muni, they give birth to snakes and animals, 4-legged animals and reptiles and mammals and different kinds of species. So all these are a part of the Supreme Lord's creation. Ultimately, credit of this creation of different species should go to the Lord. And Brahma, being a representative of the Lord, he says that it's the Lord who has created. And in fact, I have been created by the Lord. The Lord has created me. And I am creating other people. So whatever I create should go into his credit, because I am created by him. So there is a room in a house. Whatever is there in the room is in the room, but it's in the house also, isn't it? Similarly, Brahma is created by Lord Vishnu, and whatever Brahma creates is also creation of Lord Vishnu only, in that sense. So that's what Brahma is humbly claiming here. very important theme is originating from here. Sometimes when we create something or we do something, we perform some activity or some service, there is an eagerness, there is an enthusiasm to claim credit for it. But Brahma is humbly teaching us how we need to humbly transfer all the credits to the Supreme Lord. Once Narada Muni asked Brahma, Brahma, you know everything in the creation. You have created everything in this universe. So just like you keep a walnut in your hand and then close your hand, everything about the walnut is known to you. Amalaki. And similarly, everything in the entire universe is known to you. Nothing is unknown to you. Everything manifested from you. But Brahma immediately said, my dear Narada Muni, please don't misunderstand like that. I am not the creator. I only recreate what has already been created by the Supreme Lord Vishnu. I am a secondary creator. I am not the primary creator. I am not the origin. Even when we are showing compassion upon common people, we should never think that we are being compassionate. We are not originators of compassion. We are transmitters of compassion. We receive compassion from the Lord, from the Acharyas, through the Parampara, and we transmit that compassion to common people. So we are not originators of compassion. We are not creators of our activities. We are just representatives of the Lord, servants of the Lord, instruments in the hands of the Lord, or transparent transmitters of the Lord's will, Lord's desire, and Lord's energy through us. So that's the consciousness in which a devotee works, devotee functions. So Brahma is very clearly saying the Lord is the source of everything. Lord Brahma said, I, Shiva, all of you devatas, demons, etc., all came from the Supreme Lord. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Everything emanated from me. Mattaha sarvam pravartate. I am the origin of everything. Iti matva bhajante mam. So one who worships me, knowing that I am the origin of everything, buddha bhava samanvitaha. Such a person is really intelligent. And here the Lord is instructing us to not only serve Him with your senses, but buddha bhava samanvitaha. Buddha, use your intelligence in His service. Bhava, use your emotions in the Lord's service. Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Engage your intelligence and engage your mind in Krishna's seva. Such a person is really intelligent. Further, Krishna also says, Name viduhu suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayaha ahamadir hi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashaha. Nobody understands me completely. All the great, exalted, learned devatas and austere sages also cannot understand me because I am their origin. Aham adir hi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashaha. Krishna is the origin of everything. Krishna is the source of everything. Ishvaraha paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir. He has no Adi, but he is the Adi of everything. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. Further, Gajendra says, Namo Namaste Khilakaranaya Nishkaranaya Adbhutakaranaya Sarvagamamnaya Maharnavaya Namo Pavargaya Parayanaya Namo Namaste Akhila Karanaya. Oh Krishna, you are the cause of all causes. Nishkaranaya, you yourself don't have a cause. Adbhuta Karanaya, therefore you are the most wonderful cause of everything. Sarvagamamnaya Maharnavaya Namo Pavargaya Parayanaya Sarva Agama Amnaya Maha Arnavaya. You are the culmination of all spiritual paths. The scriptures are recommending so many ways to connect with the Lord, and all these paths are like rivers and you are like the ocean. All the spiritual paths must culminate in you, just as all the rivers culminate in the ocean. So the Lord is the origin of everything, the Lord is the destination of everything. He is the origin of everything, origin of all spiritual paths. because he's the one who has given scriptures. He's the one who has empowered the sages to prescribe spiritual paths. He's the origin of everything. At the same time, he is the destination of everything also. Even when we approach the Lord through Karma Yoga, or Jnana Yoga, or Ashtanga Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga, we are approaching the Lord only. All the people who are practicing different paths like Karma, Jnana, Dhyana, Yoga, they are ultimately aiming to reach the Lord only. But which aspect of the Lord they will attain, that depends on the path they have chosen. Prabhupada gives this example. You take a cup of milk, approach that cup of milk with your eyes. You will only see it as a white substance, nothing more than that. Because you are not bringing any of your other senses in contact with the milk. The highest realization that you can get when you get your eyes in contact with the milk is white, that's all. Then you bring your ears in contact with the milk. Forget eyes and nose and other senses. None of the other senses are coming in touch with milk, only ears are coming in touch with milk. The highest realization you can get through ears is you understand the glories of milk, nothing more than that. Then you bring only your nose in contact with milk. You'll only get its fragrance, its aroma, nothing more. No better realization. Then you bring your hands in contact with milk. You go and touch milk. Oh, it's cold or it's hot. You burn your hand. That's the only realization you can get. But if you bring your tongue in contact with milk, you drink the milk, you will get the full benefit of milk. When you go to a hotel, restaurant, if you see the milk, they will not give you bill. If you smell the milk, they may look at you like this weirdly, but they may not give you bill. If you inquire about the milk, they will not give you bill. If you touch also, they may not give you bill. They may say, hey, don't touch. You should not touch. But if you drink the milk, they'll give you bill. Okay, you should pay this much. Right? So, by drinking milk, you will get complete realization. Full realization. But full advantage of the milk. But by bringing your other senses, other forces in contact with milk, you will not get full benefit of milk. Similarly, by approaching the Lord through bhakti, through devotion, we will get complete realization of the Lord. We will receive complete mercy of the Lord. But by following other paths like karma, jnana, dhyana, we will only get partial realization of the Lord. Karma path, jnana path. By doing jnana or what is that? Yoga, you will not completely realize the Lord. By doing jnana, you will only enter Brahman. By following dhyana or yoga path, you will only realize Him as Paramatma. But only by practicing bhakti, we will realize the Lord as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. So approach matters. Now there is a question. The current context in this chapter is, all the devatas lost their positions and they all went and appealed to Lord Brahma. And Brahma said, I cannot help you in this current context. The Lord is the source of all of us. He is the origin of all of us. We need to go and take shelter of the Lord. That's what he said in the last line. Vrajama sarve sharanam tam avyayam. Vrajama, let's go. Sarve, all of us. Sharanam, to take his shelter. Tam avyayam. He is inexhaustible Lord. Although he is the source of everything, there is no diminution in him. Vrajama sarve sharanam tam avyayam. Let us go and take shelter of that Lord. So this is the mood of a humble representative. With bhakti, they recognize the Lord as the source of everything. And they try to surrender to the Lord, who is the source of everything. When Brahma was questioned by Narada Muni, you are the creator of the universe, Brahma immediately said, I am not the creator, the Lord is the creator. I just recreate what has already been created. That's very clear. Further, there is another beautiful episode in the 6th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. The Yamadutas came to arrest Ajamil and take him to hell. Then Ajamil chanted Narayana, 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 Narayana. Then what did Narayana do? He did not come. The boy Narayana did not come. Lord Narayana responded. He had sent 4 Vishnu Dutas. Because he chanted 4 syllables of the holy name Narayana, the Lord had sent 4 Vishnu Dutas to rescue Ajamil. Go and save him. And these 4 Vishnu Dutas came and broke and cut the ropes of Yamadutas and saved Ajamil. And there's a long conversation. We will not discuss it now. After these Yamadutas have been defeated by Vishnu Dutas, all these Yamadutas went to Yamaraj and said, Yamaraj, we thought you are the supreme controller. You are the ultimate authority in taking any decision regarding the sinful souls. When somebody commits a sinful activity, you are authorized to punish the sinful people, and we are your soldiers, we are supposed to be your order carriers. When you decide that someone has to be arrested, someone has to be brought to hell, we have to follow, and we thought you are the supreme controller. But today, when we tried to arrest Ajamil, 4 effulgent personalities came, each with 4 hands, holding divine weapons. They cut our ropes and they chased us away. They threatened us. They said, they will kill us. Are you the supreme? Are you not the supreme authority? We understand there could be multiple authorities. There can be multiple judges in this world, but all of them should align with a set of protocols, common set of protocols. Yes, there is one authority, second authority, third authority, 4 authorities. There may be multiple authorities. All of them should implement the same set of protocols. Otherwise, if one authority says this is the right thing to do, this person has to be punished in this way, this person has to be rewarded in this way, and if another authority has a different opinion, then justice cannot be administered. There cannot be conflict between the decisions of multiple authorities. All authorities must be following a similar set of protocols so that the decisions regarding punishment and rewards can be harmonious. That's what the Yamadutas told Yamaraj. We thought you are the supreme authority. Is there someone above you also? Is there someone above you who can surpass your decisions? When you have decided that some soul has to be brought to hell, is there some other authority who just dismisses your decision and says he should not go to hell? Is there someone like that? We thought you are the supreme authority. Then Yamaraj very humbly said, I am not the supreme authority. The way our dear Brahma is telling all the Devatas now, I cannot help you. Let us go and seek help from the Supreme Lord Vishnu. I am not the supreme authority to adjust the current situation. Let us go to the supreme authority Krishna. He will help you. Similarly, our Yamaraj also says the same thing to Yamadutas. You may think that I am the ultimate decision-making authority regarding punishing sinful souls, but I am not. I am just a representative of the supreme authority Krishna. He is the one who appointed me. He can surpass my decisions. He can supersede my decisions. And I need not worry about it. So he has all authority to do, undo, and redo whatever I have done. Because whatever I am doing is on his authority only. I am not the supreme authority. So this is the mentality of humble subordinates. Although they are appointed as authorities to oversee certain affairs of service, they never claim supreme authority. They never feel that, yes, we have the ultimate decision-making authority. They always understand themselves to be subordinates to the Supreme Lord. This consciousness of Brahma, Yamaraj, and many other Rajarshis, Prithu Maharaj, for example. Prithu Maharaj was being praised. As soon as he appeared, Prithu Maharaj was being praised by Sutamaga, the Vandis, and so many sages and devatas. They were coronating him, they were praising him, they were appreciating his good qualities. Then Prithu Maharaj says, I just appeared. I have not accomplished anything. How can you glorify me in this way? In such assemblies, the Supreme Lord has to be glorified. I am just a humble servant and a humble representative of the Supreme Lord. I am not the supreme authority. Humble subordinates deny praise, are not eager or enthusiastic to accept praise from others, but humbly transfer all the praise to the Supreme Lord and His bona fide representatives who authorized this representative. The mentality of an average conditioned soul is to claim credit for one's accomplishments and to shift blame for all the shortcomings that have happened. Shifting blame and claiming credit is the mentality of an average conditioned soul. But in contrast to this mentality, pure devotees accept blame and transfer credits. They give all credit to the parampara, they give credit to the Supreme Lord and all the other Vaishnavas who trained and supported and favored this particular devotee, instead of claiming credit for one's accomplishments. So this is the nature of great souls. Brahma is also saying that you all discussed amongst yourself, you could not come to a conclusion, you came to me for a solution. And now I am also not capable of giving you a solution. If I am capable, I will give you, but I am not capable of giving a solution. Let us take shelter of the Lord. He is our creator, He is our supreme master. And even if Brahma is able to take a decision and counteract the situation, then also Brahma is not supposed to take credit for his decision making. As a representative of the Lord, he is taking the decision, not as a replacement for the Lord. So, Brahma or Yamaraj, all of them immediately acknowledged the supreme authority of Krishna, and they did not feel independent bosses. Even when Durvasa Muni, being chased by Sudarshan Chakra, went to Lord Shiva, please protect me. What did Lord Shiva say? He said that I am not independent, I am dependent on Lord Vishnu. If I am dependent on Lord Vishnu, and if Lord Vishnu has decided to punish you in a particular way, who am I to stop it? Who am I to intervene? I have no ability to protect you. And Durvasa Muni went to Brahma. Brahma also said the same thing. I am not independent. And he went to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu also said the same thing. I am not independent. I am not independent. I am dependent on my devotees. Okay, we will discuss that part about the Lord's dependence on His devotees later. But here, the current theme is devotees' dependence on the Lord. Devotee never thinks that I am independent. Yet, the Lord acknowledges their independence. Lord acknowledges their autonomy. The Lord doesn't surpass or supersede their little autonomy that they have, which the Lord only has bestowed upon them. In some special cases, only the Lord kind of transgresses their decisions, but generally speaking, the Lord acknowledges the mood and mentality and decision making of the soul and doesn't interfere with their independence. For instance, Brahma gives boons to so many demons. For example, Hiranyakashipu received so many boons from Brahma that he should not be killed inside a home or outside a home. He should not be killed on the earth or in the sky. He should not be killed during the daytime or during the night time. He should not be killed by any weapons. He should not be killed by any human being or animal or bird or any creature created by Brahma. So he has put so many protocols on how his death should take place. And basically, with his great intelligence, he has practically eliminated death from any sources, any possible sources in this world. But the Lord is more intelligent. The Lord appeared as Narasimha and killed Hiranyakashipu. Now I have a question. Is it necessary for the Lord Vishnu, to appear in the form of Narasimhadev only to kill Hiranyakashipu? If he comes as a human being, can he not kill Hiranyakashipu? If he comes as a lion, can he not kill Hiranyakashipu? He has to come as a combination only to kill Hiranyakashipu, or what? Can he not kill Hiranyakashipu during the daytime or in the night time? He should kill only in the evening time, or what? Can he not kill outside a home or inside a house? He should kill only at the entrance of the house only. The Lord can kill Hiranyakashipu in any way he wanted. But he respected the benedictions that Brahma has given to Hiranyakashipu, did not violate the benedictions. The Lord respects the autonomy of the individual soul. He doesn't interfere with their independence so much, generally speaking. He bestows some autonomy, some minute independence some decision-making ability, and he doesn't interfere. Only in Yamaraj's case we see the Lord interfering, because he wants to protect his devotee. He wants to protect his devotee Ajamil. And Yamaraj did not feel offended by it. Yamaraj did not say, how can the Lord surpass my authority? He should have sent a WhatsApp message to me that I am sending my Vishnu Dutas to stop your Yamadutas. They are trying to take him to hell. So, or he should have told me, don't send Yamadutas, before only. When I sent Yamadutas, then the Lord sent Vishnu Dutas to chase away my Yamadutas. Can't he understand before only? I should not have sent my Yamadutas only. Or at least he should have communicated before only. I have to hear all this from Yamadutas, not anyone else. So there is every possibility for Yamaraj to get offended. Just imagine, you are a manager. There is a manager above you, senior manager. And you have certain subordinates, they are reporting to you. They are trying to follow your instructions, and you have taken certain decisions. And they are implementing. Suddenly your senior manager comes and then sidelines you, completely ignores you, and directly deals with the ground level people and say, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Oh, that so-and-so Prabhu told me to do this way. Forget it, do this. So kind of you surpass the intermediate manager as a senior manager. How will the intermediate manager think? If you are in that position, what will be your mood? Why can't he communicate to me? I will communicate to them, right? Why should he deal with them directly? So there is some kind of, one's ego might get hurt, one may feel a little uncomfortable, one may feel totally invalidated, one may feel undervalued or overlooked. But Yamaraj did not feel like that at all. Yamaraj simply said that, oh Lord, please forgive us. We tried to arrest your devotee, your pure devotee, who is already purified by chanting your holy names. So this is the kind of subordination that Yamaraj or Brahma or many other devotees who are in their good consciousness, they exhibited when the Lord, in front of the Lord. Even if the Lord surpasses my decisions, still I am subordinate to him. He has all authority to do anything. Even if he doesn't give me darshan, I will not demand for darshan. The biggest problem after spending some time in Krishna consciousness is a sense of entitlement. We think we are entitled for certain privileges, for certain treatment, for certain respect. But that sense of entitlement goes against gratitude. A devotee feels grateful for all the opportunities to render service rather than feeling entitled. Yes, I deserve this privilege. I deserve this respect. I deserve to be treated in this way. Yes, they need to give me this much value, this much respect. No. Devotee is always conscious of one's own insignificance in comparison to the Lord and many other devotees. So that kind of consciousness, that kind of gratitude, obedience, submissiveness to senior authorities and the Supreme Lord ultimately, that lack of sense of entitlement, that makes a devotee a devotee. Otherwise, if we have any trace of false ego, or if we have any trace of conception about one's own self as powerful, great, achiever, accomplisher, this or that, that puts us out of the realm of Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna. What is the use of grabbing onto a position, holding on to a status that compromises on our own core values or virtues of humility, tolerance, respect, and not expecting respect from others? These are the very values that make us chant Hare Krishna, that make us constantly get absorbed in the glories of the Lord. So what is the point of holding on to certain positions or privileges or desiring certain treatments at the cost of compromising on our own Vaishnava character, which is the basis or foundation of our progress in bhakti? So Brahma, in his wonderful consciousness, he is nicely exhibiting his obedience towards the Lord. But now there may be another question. With this we'll conclude. The Devatas sometimes transgress this kind of mentality. So Brahma is in his wonderful consciousness, he's nicely guiding the Devatas to the shelter of the Lord. But the Devatas themselves transgressed this consciousness that we have just discussed so far. Why should Brahma support such offenders? Why should Indra be reinstated in his position as the king of heaven? Because he transgressed the expected consciousness of a devotee. He did not exhibit that humble mood, humble attitude as a devotee. He disrespected great personalities. He forgot himself to be a subordinate of the Supreme Lord, but he only thought himself to be independent controller. He was so puffed up. Why should he be reinstated? And why should Daksha be entertained? When Shiva killed Daksha for his arrogant behavior, what did Brahma do? Brahma went to Lord Shiva and said, please forgive Daksha. Please revive him. Please bring him back to life. Please make him conscious. Please allow his sacrifice to be continued. When Daksha was criticizing Lord Shiva, Brahma did not speak a single word. Have you noticed it? Brahma did not speak anything when Daksha was criticizing Lord Shiva. But when Shiva killed Daksha, Brahma came all the way with all the other devatas and sages and priests to convince Shiva to revive Daksha. What is this? Humble devotees are not being recognized, or apparently humble devotees are not being glorified or recognized even when they are angry, but arrogant people, arrogant devotees are being supported so many times. When Indra loses his position, he is reinstated in his position. When Daksha loses his head, Brahma comes and says, put his head back. Please revive him. So how do we understand this? One point is, pure devotees don't need such claps or whistles or glorification or respect from others. Brahma knows it. And what about Brahma's supporting of Indra or Daksha and many other devatas who might do some mistakes sometimes? And Lord Vishnu also supports them. When the devatas lose their positions, the Lord appears as an incarnation and reinstates them in their positions. In fact, the Paribhasha Sutra of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam says that Ete cham sakala pumsah krishnastu bhagavan swayam Indrarivyakulam lokam radayanti yuge yuge. Indrarivyakulam lokam. Indra Ari. When the enemies of Indra trouble Indra, the Lord appears as an incarnation. You understand this? Why Indra has to be supported by the Supreme Lord in this way, Brahma in this way? Why Daksha has to be supported just because they are doing so much of creation and management? One more instance. Okay, I'm just recollecting many things. When there is a conflict between Pruthu and Indra, when Indra came in the disguise of a sannyasi and he had stolen the sacrificial horse of Pruthu, whom did Brahma support? Brahma came to Pruthu and said, you stop your sacrifice. Pruthu did not say, why should I stop my sacrifice? You should go and stop Indra from stealing my sacrificial horse. Who should be given feedback? One who has done mistake should be given feedback. And he has done the mistake and you are leaving him and you are giving me feedback to stop the sacrifice. Is this justice? Why Brahma is supporting Daksha? Why Brahma is supporting Indra? Why Brahma is asking Shiva to compromise, Pruthu to compromise? So this seems very surprising. But in all these episodes, we can learn multiple lessons. One lesson is lesson of forgiveness, lesson of tolerance, where a pure devotee is expected to exhibit tolerance and forgiveness to set an example for all the other Vaishnavas to follow. That's one aspect of it. Secondly, although Indra is being supported in this way, Daksha is being supported in this way, they are not being qualified for the ultimate benediction of Krishna Prema. In this conflict between Indra and Vritrasur, Indra won, Vritrasur lost. The winner Indra got heaven, and the loser Vritrasur got Vaikuntha. Which is better? So here the loser is the winner and the winner is the loser. Although Indra is being supported in so many ways, he is not being given entrance into Goloka Dham. He is not given Krishna Prem. Okay, let's come to Daksha. Shiva is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambho. He demonstrated Tranadapi Sunichena. But what about Daksha? Daksha is reinstated in his position as the Prajapati. And later, when he gave up that body, again he became Daksha as the son of Prachetas in his next life. He chanted Hamsa Guhya prayers for 5 Manvantaras. And Lord Vishnu appeared in front of Daksha. And again he said, I am very pleased with you. I am extremely pleased with you. I am empowering you. I am blessing you. May you procreate and create population all over the universe. And your children also will contribute for the population of this universe. So the Lord blessed him. He gave him darshan. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in those purports that although the Supreme Lord Vishnu gave his darshan and blessings to Daksha, Daksha did not get the ultimate blessings of the Lord. The Lord threw Daksha into a whirlpool of karma and deprived him of the nectar of prema. You see, Daksha did not get Krishna prema, although he chanted Hamsaguhya prayers for 5 Manvantaras. Although the Lord personally gave him darshan, the Lord gave him boons, the Lord empowered him as Prajapati, the Lord also empowered him with the power to create this universe, and he's engaged in wonderful service of the Lord, but still he did not get Krishna prema. Because he had some ability, some expertise, the Lord has utilized that expertise in some useful service, giving him some sukriti. But considering his offensive mentality, this Daksha has offended my devotee, Shiva. I will not give him Krishna Prem. And okay, let me give him an opportunity to do some service of creation, but I will not give him Krishna Prem. The Lord has decided. Then later Daksha also offended Lord Shiva, Lord Narada Muni, another pure devotee. You know that, right? When Narada Muni converted Daksha's 11,000 sons into sannyasis and sent them back to Godhead, Daksha became upset. He criticized Narada Muni. So offenders don't get Krishna Prema, although offenders may sometimes get an opportunity to participate in some particular managerial service of the Lord because of their expertise. And in this way, they may get little purified. But unless they give up that offensive attitude and sincerely take shelter of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the Lord will not give him Krishna Prem. Same thing with Indra. Why Indra has to be constantly reinstated in his original position as the king of heaven, despite doing so many mistakes. Yeah, please understand, because he has certain managerial capabilities, he is expert in taking care of few affairs of the universe. The Lord gives such people an opportunity to do that service, but the Lord is not giving them Krishna Prema. Please understand, you want position or prema? So Indra wanted position. The Lord gave him position. Yethamam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham. So considering Indra's expertise, the Lord is supporting Indra and reinstating him in his position whenever he loses because of his own mistakes. Not that someone else has done a mistake and he lost his position. He only does mistake. He only loses position, and the Lord helps him to come back and subdues demons. Because the Lord understands, despite doing so many mistakes, Indra is better than the demons. Demons should not rule. Brahma understands, demons should not rule. That's what he said, right, in the last 2-3 shlokas. So Indra should rule. Devata should rule. They may do some mistakes. Fine, we'll accommodate them. When they realize the mistakes, when they don't repeat the mistakes, when they sincerely take shelter of the Lord, they'll become purified, they'll go back to Godhead. That is clear. But in their current state of consciousness, they are not qualified for Krishna Prema. But considering their eagerness to serve the Lord in some way or the other, they are definitely qualified to be reinstated as rulers of this universe. Let's give that privilege. The Lord will not give more than what the devotee deserves if they have mixed mentalities. Sometimes He may give little more out of His extra compassion, but if they happen to offend great souls, then the Lord will not give. If you are not pure enough, the Lord may give some concession. But if you offend, the Lord will not give concessions. So Indra is made the king of heaven, but he got only little bit of mercy of the Lord, but the ultimate mercy pure devotees only get. The Lord has taken away all the kingdom of Bali Maharaj and gave it to Indra. And Bali Maharaj was subdued. But who got more mercy? The Lord said, I will become your property, my dear Bali. I will become a doorkeeper. Let Indra become the king of heaven, but I will become your doorkeeper. You will constantly have my association in Sutala planet. Who got more mercy, Bali or Indra? Bali got more mercy. Who got more mercy, Indra or Vritrasur? Vritrasur got more mercy. Who got more mercy, Indra or Pruthu? Pruthu got more mercy. Indra went back to heaven. He maintained his record as Shatakratu. Fine, you maintain your record. My devotee, my pure devotee, Pruthu, need not have that record. Let him do only 99 sacrifices. You do 100 sacrifices. But I will take him to Vaikuntha. You stay in heaven only. You see? So although the Lord is supporting the Indra and other devatas, and although the Lord is, Brahma is also supporting the devatas, they are not getting the ultimate benediction of Krishna Prema. That does not mean they are deprived of it eternally. When they give up their mixed mentality, when they give up their selfish mentality, when they completely take shelter of the Lord, they can get Krishna Prema. Anybody can get Krishna Prema, provided they sincerely take shelter of Srimati Radharani. When they sincerely take shelter of the process of Bhakti Yoga, anybody can get Krishna Prema. Even if they offend devotees, they should sincerely beg forgiveness from the devotee with whole heart and should not repeat the same offenses. Then they will also be forgiven and they can be qualified candidates for the Lord's mercy. But as long as we hold on to our materialistic propensities, as long as we hold on to our material mentalities and our pride and our greed and our selfishness and have material attachments, the Lord will not give us the ultimate benediction. He may just support from a administrative perspective. Okay, to run this universe, he's a qualified candidate. He's eager to do my service also. Let him give that position. But he has these impurities. I will not give him Krishna Prema. Like that. So, while being too caught up in the nitty-gritties of this material world and while being allured by so many other temptations and distractions in this world, by desiring power, position, etc., sometimes we may lose track of what truly matters to us. What is of real value? What is of real value for a devotee? Krishna Prema. Love for Krishna. And how can we get it? Sincere sadhana and proper sadachar. And seva to the best of your ability. No compromise on sadachar. No compromise on our Vaishnava character, values of gratitude, compassion, humility, tolerance, satisfaction. Here, there should not be any compromise. And our sadhana, as far as strictness of sadhana is concerned, yes, it sometimes depends on one's physical capabilities also, depending on the advance of age and all. But sadhana is not just marking attendance in your register or putting a tick mark, okay, this much of japa, this much of reading, this much of this. It's not just that, it's the quality of sadhana more than the quantity and the timing of sadhana. How much are we being prayerful in doing all these elements? Japa we are doing. How much are we prayerful in that japa? And Shastric study we are doing as a part of our sadhana. But what is my motive in studying Shastra? To become a scholar, to become a philosopher, or to gather inspiration to be a servant of Krishna. So quality sadhana, sincere sadachar, and service to the best of our ability, and not offending Vaishnavas. So these are the core things that we need to stick to. Then we become bona fide candidates for Krishna Prema. But if we have other desires to do this, do that, to get this, to get that, without sufficient service attitude, then yeah, we may get that, but we will not get Krishna Prema. If there are so many administrators in this world who rule this universe, they are pure devotees. Ambrish Maharaj is a wonderful administrator. He is a great emperor of the entire planet. Yudhishthira Maharaj, not an ordinary person. Parikshit Maharaj, amazing devotee. Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, on the managerial side, on the administrative side, on the practical side, they have done unimaginable and inconceivable service without compromising on their mood as a Vaishnava. But Indra, in contrast to all these people, he is doing his managerial service nicely, but he compromised on his Vaishnava character. That's the problem. Daksha did his managerial service nicely, but he compromised on his Vaishnava character. That's the problem. So let us follow administrators like, leaders like Daksha, like Ambrish Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, and Yudhishthira Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj. But let us not follow leaders like Daksha and Indra. Indra is also a good leader, but sometimes he transgresses. But Daksha is very clearly, it's very self-evident. Daksha is in a poor consciousness. But he did a lot of service, definitely. But he did seva compromising sadachar. That's the problem. So let's not compromise on that part. So with this, these are a few thoughts based on this shloka. Thank you very much. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Should we take questions? Any questions or comments?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, we see in the pastime of Krishna that when he appeared as a baby in the jail of Kansa, all the devatas, including Brahma, Indra, they came, offered prayers. Then when Krishna was a child and Indra Yajna was stopped, same Indra came and tried to kill Krishna. Then he offered his prayers that you are the Supreme Lord, it's my mistake, please forgive me, on and on. Then a few years later again that Satyabhama episode happens and then he again wants to kill Krishna and fight with him. Is it the Leela Shakti of the Lord that makes it happen, or he's so forgetful? Because even we will not forget in so many years.
That too, in heavenly planets, the time passes very quickly compared to the human plane. In few minutes only he must have forgotten, or few hours probably. Yeah. Vishnu Chakravarti explains this. In Govardhan episode, Indra came and begged forgiveness from Krishna. Very clear. And he was repenting. Genuinely he was repenting. But his repentance was not 100% genuine. It's not with 100% pure heart. Because he is saying sorry not only out of his regret for his offense, he is saying sorry only to avoid punishment, also to avoid punishment. Krishna only protected Vrajavasis from my rainfall. He did not punish me yet. Maybe he will call Yamaraj and punish me now. I want to avoid punishment. Let me go and fall at his feet. Then he will stop punishment. Right? On the other hand, Parikshit Maharaj, he did not want to avoid punishment for his mistake of offending Shamik Rishi. He desired a punishment. Let me be punished for the sinful activity that I have done so that I will not repeat the same mistakes again. Let me not affect my citizens or family members for the mistake that I have done. Let me only suffer for that mistake. So he had that sincerity in accepting a punishment, or he has eagerness to atone for his mistakes. But Indra did not have. He wanted to avoid punishment. He did not want to atone. He just wants forgiveness. Because of that, he again offended Lord with Krishna in Parijata episode. So Vishnu Chakravarti presents a cause and effect relationship between these two episodes. Because Indra did not beg forgiveness genuinely but he also wanted to avoid punishment, he repeated the same mistake. When we atone for our mistakes, we will not repeat the same mistakes. And the greatest atonement is sincere repentance. Prabhupada says that. Prabhupada says that all the reactions to one's sinful activities are burnt in the fire of honest repentance. Paschatapa is ultimate prayaschitta. So that is clear. But his paschatapa is not fully genuine. If the paschatapa is fully genuine, then that's enough prayaschitta, no more atonement. And you take shelter of Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, and then take the shelter of Bhakti Yoga, then that is sufficient prayaschitta. Not that you have to be physically punished only. Yet, devotees, out of their humility, they accept some kind of punishment or atonement. But genuine devotees genuinely repent. But Indra's repentance was not fully genuine. Therefore, he became a victim of same mistake again.
Thank you.
Two more questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned how Brahma was such a great devotee and how being the secondary creator, when he was getting glorified by Narad Muni, he was giving all the credit to Lord Vishnu. He was giving all the credit to Lord Vishnu. And we also know in Hinduism the three main murtis are Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. And when we go to Hindu temples, we see there are many devotees of Lord Vishnu and many devotees of Lord Shiva. But we rarely see any devotee of Lord Brahma. So why is that?
Yeah, there is some incident, right? Bhrigu cursed Brahma not to receive worship, something like that. But we are all following Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Sampradaya. In that sense, we are devotees of Brahma. Yesterday we were discussing in our class Prahalad Maharaj's prayer. Leela kathastavan nrsimha virincha gita. Leela katha. Oh Lord, may I hear Leelas or glorify your Leelas by following the footsteps of Brahma. So, being in this Sampradaya, we are followers of Brahma, although you may not specifically see people chanting Om Brahmaya Namaha, something like that. Okay, we respect him as a wonderful, exalted devotee. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. You were saying that Lord Indra was awarded position over prema. But when we think about it, Yamaraj also originally wanted to serve the Lord. He didn't want the position, but the Lord still gave him the position of Yamaraj. So how can we reconcile this?
Yes, good question. Sometimes a devotee is not interested in a position, but the Lord will still give them the position because he wants the devotee to do that service. Nothing more than that. Devotees have absolutely no, pure devotees have absolutely no interest in any power or position or privilege in all the 14 planetary systems in this universe. But still the Lord sees that, oh, this devotee is qualified to do this service, let him give. They may not want it. Just like Pruthu never wanted, but the Lord said, you rule. Dhruva, after becoming a pure devotee, he never wanted to take revenge on his stepmother or his stepbrother. He did not want the throne of his father. But the Lord said, you rule for 36,000 years, then you will come back to me. When the Lord is confident that we will not get distracted despite being in a position, the Lord will give us that position. So that some justice is done to that position. Devotee is anyways detached, therefore he is not distracted. Once he fulfills the need for that service, and once there is a able personality who can occupy that position, my devotee will be relieved from that service, he will go back to Godhead. It's a service for them. Although a devotee is not interested in that service, it's like Yukta Vairagya kind of thing. Makes sense? Any other question? Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, with the four Kumaras, them being Mahajans and them also seeing the Lord, they were And then they were doing that pastime of, cursing them as well, Jaya Vijaya. So why did they have to only settle with Shantaras and not, anything?
The Lord has devotees in multiple rasas. And Shantaras is definitely not an aspiration of a pure devotee, but those who are in Shantaras may be satisfied with it. It's not necessary that all the devotees must aspire only for the topmost rasa, which is Madhurya rasa, and become gopis in Vrindavan. Those who are gopas are also satisfied. Gopa need not become a gopi. Or those who are in Vatsalya rasa or Dasya rasa or lower rasas, they will not get the higher rasa because they are satisfied in it. That's their ultimate mood in attaining, in serving the Lord.
But didn't they want to serve the Lord after seeing Him?
They became devotees, pure devotees definitely. And also there is some kind of offensive attitude they demonstrated in front of Jaya and Vijaya. Therefore, although they are qualified for Dasya, they did not get Dasyarati, they got only Shantarati. So that is like one reason given by the Acharyas. But as a general principle, those who love the Lord in a particular rasa may stick to that rasa. They may not want to upgrade. They are happy with that rasa. Although the 5th floor is the highest floor in a building, someone who is living in the 3rd floor or ground floor is happy there. Fine, we are like this only. There may not be an upgradation. They may not desire it. And the Lord also respects that. And the Lord has devotees in all types of rasas. Does it make sense? Any other question? Yes, Mataji.
I was reflecting in the requirements for Prema Bhakti and the proper Sadachar. So at the same time, reflecting in the point that Bhakti comes from Bhakti, and proper Sadachar can be like our personal endeavor trying to be qualified. So can we understand that Sadachar, proper Sadachar can be magnet to attract Bhakti, or can be a magnet to attract Bhakti? The mean blessings from the Bhakti come from Bhakti.
Sadachar, you are saying?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. When we have the right kind of attitude as devotees, when we have right culture, obedience, submissiveness, respect for other devotees, definitely will attract blessings. The best example is the son of that maid servant, Narada's past life. He served Bhaktivedanta with great... Oh, that's not right. He served the Bhaktivedanta sages with great love and affection. He exhibited a good character, definitely. And thus Bhaktivedanta sages are so impressed with his character and then bestowed bhakti upon them. So when we have good character, we naturally please great devotees, and they will bestow bhakti upon us. But arrogant people, they become object of great souls' curses. Like Nalakavara and Manigriva, they misbehaved in front of Narada Muni, and Narada Muni cursed them. But Narada Muni in his past life, with his good character, he pleased the Bhaktivedanta sages, he became a devotee. He became Narada Muni eventually. So our good character attracts blessings, our poor behavior attracts curses. And the blessing is in the form of bhakti also, devotional inspiration also. Thank you. Any other question, comment? Thank you very much. Yes, Prabhu. Madhavanand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. When something gets done well, there is that kind of feel-good factor, the satisfaction that comes out of it. Is that also a sign of pride?
Not necessarily. You can feel happy and satisfied for doing a service nicely. Some service is assigned to us and we manage to complete it nicely, and the devotees who gave us that service are very pleased with our service, and you can feel happy, nourished, encouraged, blessed. That happiness is a product of sincere devotional service. A devotee is supposed to be, a devotee, early living in it is supposed to be anandamayo bhyasat. We are pleasure seeking. But we seek pleasure in devotional service. When we happen to do some service nicely, we can be happy about it. So that happiness and satisfaction should be only happiness and satisfaction and not become pride and overconfidence or arrogance. That's the problem. So we need to stop it at that positive level of happiness, and let's not transform it into a negative quality of arrogance or pride or overconfidence or looking down upon other devotees who may not have served so efficiently. So Daksha is not just happy with the service that he has done, but Daksha is very arrogant, very proud. But many sincere devotees, they feel very happy and fortunate to get an opportunity to do some service to the Lord. Oh Lord, for example, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to Kurma Brahman's house. Kurma Brahman became so happy to get a privilege to host Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and wash his feet and serve him in various ways. He's not becoming proud or arrogant for getting this service. He's only feeling happy for it. And the Lord blessed him. So a devotee can feel fortunate and happy and satisfied for receiving an opportunity for service and doing that service effectively. That's good. Okay, we will conclude here. Thank you very much. I thank all the devotees at Melbourne for your wonderful association last few days, more than a week. Thank you very much. Tomorrow I am proceeding to another place to serve the Vaishnavas there. I seek your blessings. Hare Krishna. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.